I'm going to talk a little bit about different types of graphs because the overarching concept is that some graphs preserve data and some graphs do not preserve data. And I was going to have visual aids, and I'm just running out of time, and I just need you to understand this information before the quiz on Friday. Or whenever you want to take it. It's due Sunday. I mean, I just planned it for Friday. Okay. If you were given a graph and you did not have access to the original data values, the list of data, sometimes you can get the list of data from a graph and sometimes you can't. If you can list the data elements from the graph, that means that type of graph preserves data. So an example would be a stem and leaf plot. If someone gave you a stem and leaf plot and said, list all the data values on the stem and leaf plot, list them all out on a list, you would be able to do that. For example, if you needed to find mean from a stem and leaf plot, you can type in all the numbers, divide by n, however many there are, and then you'll get the mean. Same thing with a dot plot. So if the dot plot is on a number line and you know how many of that one number appears in the data set, then you can list those numbers out. Now, an example of a graph that does not preserve data values is a histogram. So for example, if I am looking at a histogram and it has bars, right? And the first interval goes from 0 to 5. So let's put this in context. So in class, I talked about this example where we surveyed nurses about how many we surveyed nurses about how many years of experience they have. And on the histogram, it said that 9 nurses responded and said between 0 and 4 years of experience. We don't know if anyone said 0. We don't know if anyone said 1, 2, 3, or 4. So that's what it means that the data was not preserved. We know that 9 people answered in that range, but we don't know exactly what their answer was. Okay? Without having access to that original data, we don't have access. We're never going to have access by looking at a histogram. And what comes with that is if someone asks you to look at a histogram and say, find the median, find the mean, impossible. Cannot be determined because a histogram does not preserve the data values. Let me know if you have any questions. I can do a follow-up. I can do visuals, whatever. I just wanted this information to be out to you. Let me know what you need.